Hey, it's the Right Rican, and today I'm going to show you a good example of the difference in the media coverage when it comes to this administration versus the previous administration. Just so you could see what I'm talking about when just so you can see the subtle differences. Sometimes it's not so subtle. You're going to see um, with the coverage, where that's how you could tell we don't have objective news. And people on the left scream, "Oh yeah, you know, um, d- the facts lean left and blah 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 blah." No, what it is you have a media ecosystem that there is no news that's neutral. There's no news that's um, there's no news that's objective. Let's say if Trump released a press release, they would have questioned everything in the press release. Biden releases a press release and they cover it as it is total and complete fact, no lies in it. And like I've said, I said during the Trump administration, I said I don't care that the media is hard on him. I just want them to keep that going when Biden becomes when Biden won. I just said I just want them to. Well, I shouldn't say that. Excuse me. Let me clarify what I was saying. I said when the Democrat wins, I just want them to stay being hard on the next president. So when Biden won, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I hoped it would. And obviously, my hope was unfounded because they're not. I mean, the coverage is grossly um, one sided as usual, and but it's it's what I expect. Sorry, I forget to put my timer on my phone just so I could know how long I'm rambling on because that's sometimes what I do. So just to it's my keep it simple and keep it moving so I don't go on too many tangents. So I'm going to show you two New York Times articles so you could see the difference. I guess sometimes it's subtle here. Trump says the US is full. Much of the nation has the opposite problem. Um, so of course, Trump said something and it had to be opposite. Um, that's the way it always was. That's the way it always was. Trump says something and it had to be opposite. Trump said, the virus could have leaked from a Wuhan lab, and the media said no, that's crazy. But anyways, um, and here's the coverage of Kamala Harris basically saying the same thing. She said that he said it was full, that don't come because the country's full. And here's Harris saying, in Guatemala, Harris tells undocumented to stay away from U.S. border. All right. So you could see, I mean, I'll link to the stories just so you could see. But I can't link to any more New York Times unless I sign up for it. I don't want to give them my money. so, um, so here, it's like when they report it. Look, she says a blunt message: undocumented migrants hoping to reach the United States do not come. Ms. Harris issued the warning during a trip that was an early yet pivotal test for a vice president currently tasked with the complex challenge of breaking a cycle of migration from Central America by investing in a region plagued by corruption, violence, and poverty. And that's the whole thing. Trump was trying to do similar stuff where he was trying to incentivize them for the migrants to stay in their countries. One of the incentives was not allowing them to stay. That's an incentive when you're telling illegal immigrants like this administration, it's a mixed signal because you're saying here, do not come, but the message you send when they get to the border is a totally different story. So it's a mixed message at best. So like I said, I'm going to show you, I'm going to send you, I'm going to link to these articles so you can see the difference in coverage. Um, but at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here. Um, no, I'm gonna start with this one here. Well, one, I search, I Googled London Trump protests because here it goes. Protesters, here's the New York Times. I just want you to see protesters hit London streets with giant Trump balloon. Okay, here's, Huffington Post, the best photos from the anti Donald Trump protests in London. So these are all left wing sources. So is the New York Times. Okay, so, the fact that there was a protest, it was big news. Oh, Trump is being protested in London. So well, here's the whole thing. Where's the coverage of, let's say, Kamala Harris being protested in Guatemala? Crickets, because the media is not covering it. Especially because here it goes from the New York Post, which is right leaning, but it's, if you're going to cover the Trump protests all the time, then you should cover the protests of the vice president going to Guatemala. But here goes. Guatemalans Guatemala's president blames Biden for border crisis as protesters tell Kamala Harris Trump won, which is hilarious. That this is what happened in. Let me see if I could play a little bit of what happened here. I don't know if we're going to get a commercial first. Of course, we're going to get a commercial first. Um, I'll wait for the commercial to play. I'll just read a little bit of here of what happened. And, it says it here Vice President Kamala Harris was greeted Monday by protesters in Guatemala telling her Trump won and go home. In Guatemala, telling her Trump won and go home as the country's president blamed President Biden for this year's migrant crisis. And, okay. I don't know why I'm getting that. Keep getting. I thought it was going to be a commercial I could skip. But anyway, it goes here. The valley was visible to Harris's motorcade as she arrived to meet with Guatemala President Alejandro Giammattei one day after he blamed the U.S. for luring his constituents north. Kamala, Trump won, read a large sign near the Central American country's presidential palace. Kamala, mind your own business, another sign said, according to uh, let's see. Okay, no, I guess probably let's try this again. Let me try reloading the page. I want to see if you could see like actual video of what happened. Let's see. Probably because I had it for too long, it probably switched to a different story. That's the way it works. Let's see if I could get it here. Come on. So here you see the motorcade. Kamala, mind your own business. That's funny. So they put up these signs and stuff, and you can see it's not a small crowd. Well, in this picture, you can see it looks like a small crowd, but it's something the media would have covered. You see they cut it off where I could hear what the guy was chanting. But anyways, so there's some of the imaging. Um, and it's true. I mean, what's going on right now at the border? It's like I said, they're incentivizing it without actually incentivizing. Well, I shouldn't even say that. No, they're incentivizing it because they're allowing these people to come here, and then the fact that they changed, especially they changed Trump's remain in Mexico policy, which was there was nothing wrong with it. It took, now that you're saying, oh, come here, we'll give you a court date and you could go about your business and then go out into the country and never come back for that court date, because that's what goes on. So, and what kills me is that they think this is a winning issue with most Latinos, and it's really not. You have the extreme left wing Latinos that, um, for some reason, they think, I don't know. It just with these, I don't even know what to tell these people. Sometimes it's like, look, listen, a lot of these people that are fleeing this country, you think that just because you let them in, they're going to vote the way you want. But at the end of the day, a lot of these people are escaping the policies that you guys want to bring to this country from their country. They're escaping it. Like I made friends from Venezuela, and they were like, they were terrified of these Democrats saying that, they want to, enact socialist policies in this country, because they're like, we left Venezuela to get away from that. And if, the US succumbs, where are we going to move to next? Because all these other countries have some form. You look at what's going on in Canada, and you look at their, yeah, they have socialized medicine, but do they have the same type of freedoms we do? As much as we were complaining about the lockdowns, and at least they weren't arresting pastors in Canada. They're arresting pastors. They're arresting people that just wanted to do a church service. If people want to put themselves in danger, that's on them. You're free. You're free to put yourself in danger whenever you want. So I don't know. I just see those stories, and this is stories I see all the time where you know, people who aren't even political that hated Trump, and it's like, oh, well, no, I know why I hate Trump. He was a racist. He's this, that, and it's like, so you not into politics, but you just believe everything you were fed by the media that had a bias against him. Same way they have a bias for Biden now. They had a bias for Obama before. It's like, when you see what's going on, like, Obama's, you know, he Obama people talk about Trump and how he needed to be the center of everything. Obama's the first president to break away from that, stay away from the spotlight. Wasn't true. It's not Trump, because Obama still craves the spotlight right now, and it's he's still opining on issues where Bush is in the background, Clinton's in the background for a different reason, because of his wife and because of his scandals. Um, Even Jimmy Carter, that's still alive, you know, he doesn't comment on anything. He doesn't release statements on anything. But that's, so when people say that, oh, Trump broke the mold, no, look to Obama first, because Obama says it was because of Trump, but Trump's not president anymore. Why's he still, why doesn't he go and retire into the shadows like normal presidents did? Maybe come around during election season and that's it. Because when he said he wanted to fundamentally change things, he wasn't he wasn't that's the one time he wasn't lying. He wanted to fundamentally change this country, and he's trying for it. And it's sad that that's people fall for it. It's funny. It's like people talk about the cult of personality for Trump, but totally forgot the 8 years of the cult of personality of Obama, and how it continues. It's like you have the far left that hate Obama because he wasn't socialist enough. They'll lefty enough. They consider him a conservative, which I roll my eyes with that. It's like when you have this is the same guy that's attacking Joe Manchin. It's like I have to, and You have to give Joe Manchin credit. He's standing his ground. I mean, they are putting pressure on him, and they're putting pressure on him, and he is standing his ground. And you have to applaud him for standing to his principles and not bowing to his party. He is putting country before party because he realizes the dangers of the stuff that his party is trying to pass. You're trying to break the filibuster and trying to make elections federal. No, no, that's dangerous. So, anyways, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comment section. You could follow me. I'm on. I post my videos on YouTube and Rumble, and also you can follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. That being said, have a good one.